2, 1.
Hello, I am here to say something to get Figonomics demonetized.
I'm not even monetized.
The well-known fact that French people simply do not exist. It's all just a figment of our collective imagination.
Alright, we're starting off strong.
For starters, have you ever actually met a French person? I mean,
I
sure,
have.
you may have traveled to France or encountered people speaking French, but that doesn't mean they're actually French. They could be from any number of other countries that just happen to speak the same language. Furthermore, have you ever seen any evidence of French culture or traditions? I mean, sure, you may have heard about croissants, berets, and the Eiffel Tower, but those things could have easily been invented by someone else entirely. And what about the French language? It's just a made-up language created by a group of people with nothing better to do. It's not like it has a rich history and is spoken by millions of people around the world. In conclusion, it is clear the French people do not actually exist. It's all just a big hoax, and we should move on with our lives and forget they ever existed.
What you're saying is,
I really hate the new UI on Twitter mobile. It's kind of annoying.
France doesn't exist. It's a place for Japanese fishing boats, and every single time someone thinks they're in France, they're actually in Wallonia.
France? You just mean Western Germany.
I was thinking southern Belgium, but yeah.
Southern Belgium.
France is just the Northwest Papacy.
God,
I miss that tiny shitty enclave in the south of France.
Oh, Avignon?
That was just the papal state, yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
I-
let's just own some land here, why don't we?
that survived for hundreds of years, and I don't know why. I guess it's because France was Catholic and they couldn't exactly go against the Pope, but...
Yeah, he would excommunicate them.
See what Henry VIII did, say no.
Being the Pope in EU4 is great.
I would have
because if
divorced my
anyone
wife.
ever-
Nah, you can't. How about I do anyways?
In EU4, if you ever get fully eaten as the Pope, another country will just get an event that obligates them to shit you out.
You know, any like, well, no, like any theocracy can become the Pope.
If you ever are excommunicated by the Pope, just say no. You
Dude,
can't be kicked out of
okay.
the church without your own permission.
I fucking hate that mechanic, because, like, anytime I played as Florence, the Papal State's gonna rival you, and they're like, oh, we don't like you. Excommunicate. I'm just like, okay, I'll just go fuck myself then.
I encountered a
Nice.
situation once, like, they probably have patched AI behavior since then, but I encountered a situation once, like, years ago, where the Pope somehow got relegated to, like, one of the islands by Anatolia, and the Knights kept
What?
annexing the Pope, like, 8 times, because they would annex the Pope, and then just immediately shit the Pope back out.
What the fuck? Why? Oh, it's like if any Catholic nation has papal cores, they'll be like, ah, we must release the Pope. And then they annex the Pope again.
If the Pope is dead, then, like, I forget if it's any Catholic nation or just Catholic theocracies,
I'm
but
pretty sure it's
they
just
can get
Catholic
an event
theocracies.
that, like, obligates them to shit out the Pope.
I think they turn in. I think their tag changes into the papal tag. Right?
No, you just shit out the Pope as a one province minor.
Okay, let's just take some of your land. All right, we need to get the Pope in Prussia as with Prussian culture.
It's a lot harder to kill the Pope in CK3.
Well, yeah, because he's a person.
Well, not. Well, it's very easy to kill people in CK3.
It's easy.
You turn the Pope into a horse?
Not yet.
I still haven't done a proper Horse Lords run in CK2.
So, in order to kill the Pope, you need to take all his land, which is hard, because every bloody Catholic and his mum is paying the Pope taxes. So the Pope can just buy all the mercenaries in the world. And even if you do that, then you've got to, like, I think completely conquer every single Catholic holy site in order to destroy the religion or something.
Sounds like a giant pain in the ass.
Considering the holy sites is basically all of the Eastern Roman Empire. And obviously...
Yeah, you just gotta conquer the Romans. No big deal.
And I mean that at their peak, so that's Egypt and Syria as well, and
Oh, so you need to control, like, Egypt and the Levant.
Yeah.
Good luck.
And obviously Constantinople. And Rome.
Right.
And I think there's also one in Iberia.
What was it? I remember in CK2 it was Constantinople, Rome, Antioch, Alexandria, and I feel like I'm missing one.
There's one in
there's
Portugal,
5.
I think, in CK3.
Portugal? What the fuck's significant in Portugal?
It might not be Portugal. It might be northern Spain. I'm just trying to remember what it is. Unless that's a different Catholic religion. Not Catholic, Christian.
One of the like sub-faiths?
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember like the exact Pope glitter.
There's only 4. There's only 5 holy sites for Catholicism. So. Oh, I love him.
Someone named their playthrough Crusader Kings from Norse to horse.
I'm doing a terrible CK3 playthrough right now where I am starting in 1066 and trying to restore the Serdings to their former glory.
One of the highlights of the run is his horse son's horse wife giving birth to a human.
Ah, yes, because of the weird-ass way that CK's fucking genetic system works.
It's always very interesting, because obviously you're, like, following a male line most of the time.
Right, but,
And
like, the female line could always have influence.
Yeah, and you've got generations of kids with brown hair, and then one just pops out blonde, and your wife's not blonde. So you're thinking, okay...
To the oublet!
Is she
cheating
my
on you?
kid? Or does she have dormant blonde DNA in her family tree? Time to go fucking looking.
Yeah, then you have to click through like 800 fucking portraits.
Mm-hmm.
Chief Traveler is trying out a new plan to get rid of intruders. He's been splashing soap on all of the floors to make it more hazardous to move around.
Ah, excellent. They can't steal stuff if they can't stand on the floor.
Yeah. Apparently, one of the fucking there's an event, I guess, for breaking a fever. I feel weak as a babe, but the cursed fever has finally broken. And the option to dismiss the event is I could eat a horse, but that's cannibalism if you're already a horse.
I love the fucking dude. Have you ever seen the? there's an assassination event that'll pop up whenever you assassinate somebody, and it talks about a lone bowman on a grassy knoll.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one always fucking kills me, dude. I'm like, hang on, is that a reference to the JFK assassination in a video game? My favorite way to play the game is, you get randomly screwed over by some random person in another dynasty, and then you make it your personal vendetta to wipe their family out.
So there's an event for gifting your consort with a horse. But if you're already a horse, then you're buying your wife a harem.
It's so stupid. So normally, the way it's supposed to work is normally you just can't get, I think normally it spawns the character, and then it gives it a special trait that has, like, negative fertility. But through some fuckery, you can give them some small landed titles, and as soon as they have one of those titles, they'll generate, like, random courtiers of their religion and culture. And that's how you can get, horses that don't have that fucking trait, and then you can breed with the horses. I've seen people do runs as nomads where they literally become horses, and then they wipe out all humans on the planet. The game's so fucking stupid.
Apparently, you can convert a horse save game to EU4, but the horse culture comes out as a glitched no culture, except it still acts like a normal culture that you can spread. It also preserves all the horse names for your heirs.
Excellent. The Horse Empire.
So somehow one of my dukes has 7 duchies, including all of Wales.
Damn. That's
He's got the
how
Duchy
many
of
whales does it take to
Northumbria.
make a duchy?
Uh, it's a 3 duchies are in Wales. He's got Wales, Mercia, Lancaster, York, and Northumbria.
The game starts in 867, right?
It can. This one started in 1066.
Okay. Now, like, whenever I get into CK3, I'm gonna fucking do a game in the Heptarchy. Because everyone loves warring Anglo-Saxons. You know what the Heptarchy is? Well, say you're fucking
I don't
British,
know that
man.
particular term.
It's the term for like the kingdoms that preceded England.
Oh
Because-
yeah, I mean,
Because there were 7 of them.
So the problem with that is, let me just load it up.
I think in 867
It starts with
Danelaw.
the Mouse invasions.
yeah, so the Danelaw exists.
Rather
Oh.
than Northmen.
Oh, right, because that's when the Great Heathen Army is roaming around northern England.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will start as Ivar the Boneless and take a screenshot.
Yeah, you said boneless.
Boneless bones.
Boneless Ivar.
The characters with the lunatic trait can get an event where they proclaim their horse as chancellor. This horse has the horse trait, which makes it impossible for them to give titles as well as a few other penalties. But there's a workaround. If you have free investiture, you can nominate the horse as the successor for a temple. A ruler will spawn new courtiers matching his culture, religion, and ethnicity. In this case, horse. And those spawned horses don't have the horse trait. So you can give them land or marry them to your heir, which gives their offspring a 50% chance to be horse ethnicity and eventually spawn an empire ruled by horses.
So, obviously, this can change from playthrough to playthrough, but Northumbria Northumbria is always eaten if it's AI. And East Anglia is most of the time. Mercia and Wessex are in as defenders. You can't actually kill them without another war goal added. As like the Vikings' point of view. It's actually a big challenge in CK3 to try and survive as Northumbria in 867.
Well, yeah, because you're about to get fucked by the Norse.
Let's open up the Sons of Lothbrok invasion of Lothan. I start with 7,000 soldiers as one of the Sons of Ragnar, Ivar, and the Northumbrian Duke has 1,000.
Didn't one of Ragnar's other sons go east towards the Rus?
Yes.
Or am I misremembering? Or at least according to, like, story or legend.
I can't remember. So, a problem that you will normally have when... if you explode the Danelaw, they will typically break up into a bunch of Ukrainian duchies.
What?
I think I posted a screenshot of that in the
Oh, yeah, I think it was like the Duchy of Kiev in like the middle of England. We're like, wait a minute, that's the wrong spot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why does that happen?
Because they're only cousins and stuff, so if you force them to abdicate, then they abdicate to their closest relative, which in many cases is a cousin. Or like a brother who's inherited over there or whatever. And the only title that is actually destroyed is the Danelaw. So they still exist. Especially if they're outside of the north of England. Like, if the Danelaw is spread into Ireland, you don't annex that when you annex them as England. That just becomes independent.
there's no reason that they should be added under a singular title from Ukraine to England.
I don't think it's intentional. It just happens.
And it's probably due to like familial relations is what causes it, due to like title inheritance.
Yeah, so I've got one brother which is set up to be the King of Denmark, another which is the Duke of York, and another which is set up to be the King of Sweden. And then an unlanded one, which is probably the one that'll go fucking around in Ukraine.
You ever seen there's like a challenge people like to do in CK2 of restoring the Merovingians? Because like there's like a singular Merovingian guy that's still left, but he's like a really old like celibate.
Eunuch.
Like no, he's a eunuch? I thought he was celibate.
Maybe not. I've seen someone restore a eunuch.
You have to do some fuckery to like get the dynasty to continue, otherwise the Merovingians die out.
Yeah, I've seen someone do a CK. I don't know if it's the 3 or 2 playthrough. I can't remember.
Just look at
Where
the
they.
graphics.
No, it was definitely CK3 playthrough. Where they started as a eunuch. And they had to keep cycling court events until they got the event where you have to pick which woman is the mother of a child. Because there's a dispute, which is hilarious. And then you just decide, no, I'm the parent. And you adopt the kid.
Ah, okay, then it inherits the dynasty name. That's...
Mm-hmm.
I love gaming the system like that. Oh, 1 second.
I like find... Yeah. Family tree. When did the last Merovingian die?
It was sometime in the 9th century, I'm pretty sure. I know that the Carolingians existed for quite a bit into the 11th century.
I know Chederic III was the last king. I want to know when the last member of the dynasty died. Originals. King of the Franks. I love like old historical records because it's like, oh, Childeric the Third. Well, his father was either Childeric II or Theodoric the Fourth. We don't know.
Oh, because we just don't have the records.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
I
usually a
imagine
problem.
those two are brothers.
That's a huge problem we keep running into with like late antiquity and post Roman Europe.
Is she? Oh no, they were cousins. That's
Shit.
even weirder. Then he died. Yeah, but you tell me he has a son. What happened to his son?
What is Obama's last name? I have to know.
Yeah.
Think I'd have anything from like history. One of my favorite events, I think, has to be one of the many defenestrations of Prague. So fucking dumb. Like, hey, we need you guys to start being Catholic again. No.
I wish Fig would defenestrate me.
I'm not throwing you out of a window.
Holy shit.
What?
Let me figure this out. So, it says they don't know whether or not this guy was the son of Childrick III or Theodoric IV. The second of Childrick II, sorry. That these two kings, they don't know which ones he's the son of. They are second cousins twice removed to each other.
Huh?
Like, that's a big difference. Like, I guess it was because he was his successor, but still, you think there'd be a record for that. Like, that's a pretty big difference. It's not like, oh, we don't know which one of these kids he came through from this, like, generation of sons.
Hey, that's what happens when you don't have sources.
Yeah. And it's not like we're ever going to fill in this gap. This is just going to be broken forever.
I mean, yeah, you can't really fill in those gaps unless you, like, have the fucking writing.
Source, I made it up.
He's descended from Jesus Christ himself. Source? I made it the fuck up. Or sorry, the classic.
Well,
it
I'm
came
descended
to me in a
from
dream.
Jesus, and therefore I am the source.
I am the Senate.
Not yet.
I want to finish watching Clone Wars with the dudes. I think we're on season 4 right now.
Nice. It's a long show to watch with people.
Man, there's some moments in there that like catch me off guard. I'm like, damn, I'm feeling right now.
Clone Wars has really high highs and really low lows, and it's a shame because George Lucas seems to really like the lows.
Well, really putting the L in his name, you know?
I didn't realize how much of a self-insert Luke was until someone spelled it out for me.
I need you to fucking, like, show me this.
Lucas. Luke S.
I don't know, maybe. I don't know. Only he knows.
I know, but... It's not like he started with Anakin, he started with Luke and worked backwards.
One of my favorite names has gotten funnier with time is Poggle the Lesser. That wasn't funny 20 years ago, but now it's funny.
The Carolingians do actually descend... No, they don't. I'm confused. This family tree does not do a good job of... Oh no, the later kings from Merovingia descend from what would eventually become the Carolingians.
Okay. I mean, they were pretty much just like a minor house. Not even a house, they were just a minor family.
Yeah, Theodoric III married the aunt of Charles Martel. Who is, I assume you know, as Pepin's father.
Yeah.
I hope we're
Pepin...
boring whoever else is in this stream right now.
What was it? Pepin the Short, right?
Yeah.
Imagine dying and that's what your epitaph is.
I mean, you can't really get much worse than Ivar the Terrible or Athelred the Unready.
Oh yeah.
I know
I don't know.
that's
Ivar
like
the
a
Boneless
mistranslation.
is pretty funny.
I mean, that's just funny. The Athelred the Unready is like a mistranslation, but no. Even the people who have heard of him, most of them don't know that.
Yeah, I did know that it's like a translation error from like Old English.
Yeah, instead of it basically saying he was a shit king, it roughly translates to as the poorly advised. But let's be honest, up until around like 200 years ago, if you wanted to call the king shit, you called his advisors shit. You never called the king himself shit.
This L.
L.
L plus sand. I don't know, I've been noticing more patterns of L's in the ground. I don't know if like it's just my monkey brain seeing and being like, ah, yes.
Among Us.
Yeah, I'm so glad that I evolved pattern recognition skills to save myself from predators, only to use it to find Among Us.
There's a whole bunch of stupid achievements in CK3. I think the hardest CK3 achievement I've actually ever gotten is honestly Form Portugal.
That's difficult?
It's really fucking difficult. At least if you want to do it quickly. Like, you think it'd be easy, because when the game starts, all the fuckers are fighting. The three brothers.
Oh, right. Okay, that's when Portugal began to form as a break off from Galicia.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you decide to try and get your independence from the King of Galicia because you are stronger than him, fucking Leon just walks in and kicks your ass anyway, even though you're not at war with him because you're still technically a vassal of Galicia. You're just a rebellious one.
Like how Portugal gets its name from like an old Roman port. Is it Portugal and the UK that have the longest standing treaty
Longest standing alliance, yeah.
alliance?
I don't know if it's treaty, but it's definitely alliance.
How long
Which
is
is
it's for like the 13 like hundreds, right?
Yeah, when did the English Portuguese... Yeah, 1386, the Treaty of Windsor. It's a treaty between Richard II of England. Ouch.
The oldest continuous treaty is the Anglo-Portuguese Treaty of 1373.
Jesus fucking Christ.
It was reinforced
Wait,
in
no.
1386, 1643, 1654, 1660, 1661, 1703, 1815, and 1899.
Yeah, I was reading about the first reinforcement, so this would have been Edward III of England.
It was during the 100 Years' War. Jesus Christ, that's a long time ago.
Wait.
The treaty was temporarily void during the Iberian Union from 1580 to 1640, when the monarchies of Spain and Portugal were in a dynastic union. However, the alliance returned after Portugal's declaration of independence.
Oh yeah, we could have had a single like nation state on Iberia.
Would have been better.
Would have made the map cleaner.
But, I love the one source on this Wikipedia article, by the way, Splanks. It's from fucking 1951, and it was written by Churchill.
Nice. There's also the time the Portuguese got kicked out of Europe and had to relocate to Brazil for a decade.
Oh yeah,
And then that resulted in Brazil. No, that made them stay in Brazil. They didn't want to go back to Portugal.
Yeah.
yeah, they never left.
Once you come to Brazil, you can never leave.
The Portuguese royal family found this out first in the 1800s. Yeah, and it was during the Peninsular War, right?
Yeah.
When Napoleon decided to do what he does and fuck up Europe.
Yeah.
Napoleon got permission from the Spanish to move his troops across so that he could go attack Portugal, and then he double-crossed the Spanish and attacked them.
Who could have seen this coming?
The longest standing unbroken treaty in US history is a treaty of friendship between Morocco and the United States in 1786.
It was probably related to the Barbary Pirates, if we're being real here.
Morocco was also the first country to recognize the United States as independent in 1777.
That's probably where that comes from, then.
I'd also just like to say that this is probably one, because Morocco was conquered by other countries, and two, because Morocco just happened to not be Native Americans.
Probably. I'm going to go with my theory about Barbary Pirates.
I mean, you're definitely right, I'm just taking the piss.
More like barbarian pirates.
Arg. No, the Barbary Pirates are the reason we ended up in our first foreign war.
Yeah.
Because, I think they kept capturing our ships, and then we kept imposing, either tariffs onto, Tripoli, I think? And then they responded by declaring war on us. And that's when we decided, maybe we do need a navy.
Yeah. Then we kicked the British too hard and they raised our capital.
I think it was the Naval Creation Act of, 1798.
I'd do it again.
The Brits didn't even really care about us by 1812. They just wanted us to go away and stop bothering them.
Yeah, the thing is, the American thing with 1812 is hilarious because a lot of Americans obviously view it as oh, we won, we secured our independence again. You declared the war against someone who was fighting the largest land war in Europe in ages.
Look, man, we won a Canada.
We
just won a Canada. All right.
We declared the war. We got our fucking asses kicked, and then we managed to squeeze out the best peace deal we could have gotten, right when Napoleon was defeated.
I think my favorite thing is that one of the battles we are proudest of, the Battle of New Orleans, occurred after the treaty was signed.
Yeah.
But nobody fucking knew.
Do you know why the US didn't lose any land?
Probably because you guys were busy with Napoleon.
No, it was because Britain couldn't take any land in America in good faith and then deny land to Prussia and Russia and Europe.
That's funny.
They knew it weakened their negotiating position at,
during the Congress of Vienna?
Yeah, Congress of Vienna.
Yes, the dance of the great powers.
Hey, it worked, sort of. Until, Prussia unified Germany.
Yeah.
I think I was watching a video about the Congress and the fucking back and forth negotiations that went there. There was nearly a war between Russia and Prussia over Poland, ironically enough.
Yeah, was that oh god, what's his name? The square dude.
Historia Civilis?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I like watching his stuff. He comes out with videos on every year of the Roman world once every several months.
Mm.
Oh, I know.
I watched. Did you watch the one about the Battle of Actium?
I think I finished that. I can't remember. I had to stop watching halfway through. I think I finished it.
Yeah, no, I'm this is the kind of stuff that I like to watch because the macro stuff's cool.
Yeah.
I want to know about some of the smaller slower details.
I love the slow way he's taking it throughout Roman history.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because he's been doing it for a long fucking time, at least what, 5-6 years.
Yeah, I enjoyed his acceleration through the English Civil War and the trial of Charles. That, I didn't know much about that spot in history. Which is funny because one of the things that often gets used as on the British citizenship test, I'm pretty sure, is name the bloodiest battle to ever take place on British soil. Which is the Battle of Edge Hill, I think. Which took place in the Civil War, but no Brits can name that.
Wait, which battle?
No, it's the Battle of Towton. That's the War of the Roses. Never mind. There's a commonly asked question, in like a British citizenship test, which is like name. I can't remember what the specific wording is, but the answer is the Battle of Edge Hill from the English Civil War.
One I always
And-
remember is the Battle of Watling Street.
This has got a funny name, but yeah, like no Brit, no native Brit could actually name that. Like no one would have guessed Edge Hill. Edge Hill is fairly unknown. The only reason I know about it is because I was meant to go there on a school trip once.
What's the Battle of Edgefield about?
Edge Hill. Let me Google it. I only know of it.
We said English
because of-
Civil War. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, it is.
Man,
in
the English Civil War is so fucking stupid. Like
Dude, listen,
they just went in a circle.
The Prince of Wales and the Duke of York sheltering during the Battle of Edge Hill.
You know, it's been a few solid months, and the current Charles has not been, messed with by the Parliament.
He's waiting to mess with the power.
All right, we're gonna hear about the Parliament being dissolved next year. Like, ah,
There
shit,
is
here we go
honestly-
again.
There's honestly been rumors of that just because of how dysfunctional things have been.
That would, if that happens, that would be honestly hilarious, just for the meme.
Yeah. All three Charleses.
What do they all have in common? Their names are Charles, and they dissolved Parliament.
Mm-hmm.
I learned that Parliament is actually a French word.
Parlement.
Yeah, it derives from parler.
Yeah, we talked a bit about Poland before, and yeah, so I learned a lot about like the French Revolution from Mike Duncan, who did a podcast on it, and one of the funny things that he occasionally reinforces is that all of the other great powers of Europe, they saw the situation in France as like kind of concerning, but not really that important, except in how they could take advantage of it. What they were all concerned about at the time is fucking Poland.
Oh
If
yeah,
you
because
want to
Poland.
understand international relations at the time of the French Revolution, you need to look at fucking Poland.
Yeah, because I've seen like animations of that shit. You just see it's 1792 and like Prussia, Russia, and Austria are like, it's time for Poland.
Yeah.
That was under. That was under both Frederick II and
Remember
Frederick
when
William
Morbius went to
II.
Poland and said it's Morbin time?
William Heisland, who was the last survivor of the Battle of Edge Hill, also fought at the Battle of Malquept, or however you say that, 67 years later, when he was
What?
almost 100 and died at the age of 111.
What the fuck? Who is fighting in a war at age 100?
Oh,
How's your-
sorry, when he was almost 90.
That's still old as shit, though.
You know, in 15
thing
years, all
is-
the World War II veterans are going to be dead.
Yeah.
Thing is, this took place in France, so he wasn't even like defending territory.
World War II will pass from living memory.
It's like the youngest of the World War II veterans right now are in like their late 90s.
Yeah, they're not gonna be around much longer.
Yeah, you're not even gonna have. Yeah. I mean, you've got like 20 years at best for those who have abnormally long lives.
I think it was like 2011 when the last World War I veteran died.
Damn.
When did I remember seeing news stories about
Ugh,
that?
he must have seen some shit. Yeah, you guys have seen photos of like stuff from the trenches. It's just horrifying conditions. Shit. I like how it was in the 1230s, I think, that Kelmno land was given to the Teutonic Knights by the Duke of Mazovia to deal with the Baltic Prussians and to Christianize them, and it only backfired like a few hundred years later on the Poles. Because it was originally granted to their Grandmaster as like a, hey, we'll give you this land, you guys go fuck these guys up.
Okay, so the last World War I veteran was a woman named Florence Green who served in the RAF. She died in 2012 at the age of 111.
Jesus Christ. I learned recently that the red on the Imperial German flag was chosen because of its association, like the colors black and white were associated with the Hanseatic League from the Middle Ages. So it's literally a combination of like the Hanseatic League and the flag of Prussia.
The last combat veteran was Claude Chules, who served in the British Royal Navy. He died in 2011.
I just realized I'd read like a bunch of Spectre's information out before him, and then I was really confused just why he was saying it after me, and I've been muted this whole time.
Oh, yeah.
Damn. Spammo moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a real spam moment. I'll turn the
Last
soundboard
veteran
back
who
on.
served in the trenches was Harry Patch of the British Army, who died in 2009 at 111. And the last Central Powers veteran was Franz Kunstier of Austria-Hungary, who died in 2008 at 107.
He definitely saw some shit.
Frank Woodruff Buckles is the last American military veteran. He drove ambulances and motorcycles for the front lines. Died at 110 2011.
Hey man, you can't knock those non-combatant roles. Logistics are super important.
Oh no, logistics and medical care, very important.
That's how you have functioning systems.
Believe it or not, poor logistics is literally what killed Napoleon.
Yeah. I think like it's something like an absurd amount of like like militaries are not actual combatant forces. They're just in supporting positions.
Oh, so it gives this list from each country. So the first participant country to see its last veteran die was Montenegro, and then it is Newfoundland with an asterisk.
Newfoundland
Newfoundland
is a country.
Yeah, because it was at the time of World War One.
Oh right, because I don't know the political situation of Canada during the early part of the 20th.
This veteran for
annexed
the
after World War
Austro-Hungarian
II?
army, he was born in Hungary, but because he was ethnically German, he was later expelled from Hungary by the communist government.
Ah, excellent.
So then he moved to Germany.
Apparently he re-enlisted under the Horthy regime in World War II.
You talking about the dude who was expelled from
Yeah.
Hungary?
Well, I mean, he got expelled after World War II.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he wasn't expelled by the very short-lived People's Republic in like the late teens.
I thought Splax was talking about the People's Republic from after World War One.
No, that didn't last long enough. Yeah, he was a courier for 6 months in Ukraine. Well, in German-occupied Ukraine.
Yeah, because I know Hungarian and Romanian forces were fighting alongside the Germans in Soviet territory.
That was basically all they did in the war.
Yeah, and then as soon as they could, they fucking made peace and then declared war on Germany.
Fucking Michael the First, what a lad.
It's funny when you remember the fact that Michael was a Hohenzollern.
Yeah. He's also, he was also ignoring the line of Windsors, the most senior heir of Queen Victoria, which is a very fun and niche and irrelevant fact.
I just find it funny that they decided to rename themselves to Windsor.
Well, I mean, Belgium literally did the exact same thing. Belgium has technically the same... Well, I guess it doesn't anymore. Up until Elizabeth, Belgium had the same royal house as the UK, and they renamed their house to the House of Belgium. They were both the House of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha.
Oh, really?
And right now, the UK...
Does that do anything legally, or is it just nominally?
No. It's just nominally. It's just the name that they choose to use. Even though the UK uses the name Windsor still, technically it's the House of Oldenburg, I think.
I thought it was the House of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha.
No, that changed when Charles became king.
What? Is now the House of Oldenburg?
Because obviously, I mean, they're still using the term House of Windsor.
Right.
But, like, with actual traditions and stuff, it follows the male line. So, like a male line descent, he is the House of Oldenburg. He is of the same house as the kings of Denmark and Norway.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting Norway still has a king. Or, yeah, I don't know. Is it king, queen? One of those.
King, I think. I know the king of... Is the king of Norway or Sweden? That looks terrifying.
They should reform the Kalmar Union.
No, don't say that to Kaz.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's definitely the king of Norway. I'm gonna post a picture of him in this text voice. President Harold V.
Oh god, he looks terrifying.
This is almost like 10 years ago when this picture was taken. Actually, I'm sure it looks better now. Yeah, so now Mountbatten Windsor is technically a cadet branch of the House of Luxembourg, which is a cadet branch of the House of Oldenburg.
Say again?
So the current royal family UK, the House of Mountbatten Windsor, is technically a cadet branch of the House of Luxembourg, which is a cadet branch of the House of Oldenburg.
That is... Who the fuck tracks this shit?
No, I'm just following Wikipedia.
I think I managed to trace back the House of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha to, like, a really, really old, like, noble family from, like, 500s Tuscany.
Yeah. You can do a lot like that.
Because it intercepts with the, fuck, which house is it? I know it intercepts with the Kingdom of Bavaria's house. Not the Wittelsbachs, but, like, the ones that preceded them. Or, like, in the period before Bavaria was incorporated into Francia. And then, like, it goes down into Italy.
The House of Oldenburg has got to be, like, the most successful obscure dynasty ever. Because they were technically the male line branch of the House of Romanov after Catherine the Great. They were the Swedish monarch's pre-Bonaparte friend, whatever his name was. I'm still blanking on his name. I don't remember that. We couldn't bother. Bernadotte. Greece. And obviously now the UK. Pretty much every Scandinavian nation. It does happen sometimes, because I guess over time it does make sense that royal families will coalesce through eventually families will die out because of matrilineal inheritances. Over time, it just coalesces, especially now that new noble families aren't being made.
Yeah, no, that it's a thing of the past at this point.
Oh, it was a thing that passed like 200 years ago. Noble families have been downhill, at least in the UK, ever since the Regency.
I mean, shit, noble families across Europe have been downhill since the fucking First World War kicked off.
I'd hardly call it downhill, more like fell off a cliff.
Yeah. We don't pay attention to what happened to Austria-Hungary.
Or Germany. Or Russia.
I mean, Russia. Yeah, they just were like, no. I want the one... I need to remove the one that doesn't have the proper fucking instrumentals. Heh, 69,000. Nice.
I mean... pretty much every single remaining monarchy in Europe is just a family that didn't ever lose a major war in like the last 300 years.
Yeah, I mean, I know those families still exist, but they don't hold any kind of, like, office or power.
The current heir to the German throne is a far-right nationalist.
Oh, goody.
Who was attempting to sue the German government to get assets from his family back.
Isn't the British royal family technically like a German house, but they had to change their name because everyone hated the Germans during World War One?
We talked about that ages ago.
That's what we were just talking about, Saxe Coburg and Gotha.
Look, I'm at least like 50% paying attention.
And before that, it was the House of Hanover.
Yep, which also meant that they were electors of the Holy Roman Empire.
It's funny because even now the Jacobite claim is German, with it passing to the House of Wittelsbach.
The House of Wittelsbach. The ones that used to rule Bavaria.
Mm-hmm. The current Duke of Bavaria is also technically Jacobite.
At one point in the 1500s, the King of Sweden was trying to get Queen Elizabeth I to marry him, but he couldn't get her to marry him, so he instead settled on like some 16-year-old.
Sounds about right.
Sounds about right.
A lot of people tried to get Elizabeth I to marry her, and I didn't realize why Elizabeth I stayed unmarried until recently.
Why was that? Oh, because it would have brought England under Union.
No. Not even necessarily. She could have just married a lesser prince.
That's true.
But or an English noble. The thing was, she really hated her entire family, especially her dad, because he killed her mum and declared her illegitimate. So she just didn't want to continue his line.
That is some spite.
Like, even, like, what was that, 10 years after Henry VIII died, she became queen?
That's funny as fuck, because, like, Henry VIII was doing everything to fucking ensure that he had, like, a line to continue.
Yeah.
That's why there is the Anglican Church.
And she knew that her death would obviously bring Scotland and England into union.
Oh, yeah. That's true. Sometimes I forget that Scotland and England were in personal union until the Acts of Union in 1707.
Yeah, I mean, there was a brief period in time which they weren't. When Charles I got fucking beheaded, and England was made a republic.
Yes, their brief stint with,
Scotland tried to go back to being, you know what, let's leave England to the English and we'll just, like, have the Kingdom of Scotland again, let's do that. And Oliver Cromwell said no. This isn't nearly gestury enough yet, Vic.
Huh?
this stream is not nearly jittery enough yet.
Well, wait a few
Walk
more million
faster.
blocks, alright?
Walk fast. Oh, the House of Oldenburg were also the rulers of Schleswig and Holstein.
Oh yeah, that little area that caused a bit of a war between Prussia and Austria.
And Denmark.
Yeah, they were gonna get their asses kicked anyways.
Yeah, fuck to Denmark. It amazes to me that, like, the Scandinavian countries held on for as long as they did. Like, I mean, I know they were never, like, properly conquered. But, like, in a time such as medieval Europe, you think they would have been brought under subjugation. Or at least Denmark would have.
Eh. They might have had the advantage because of their geography.
Yeah. I know Denmark has, like, this shitty-ass fortified hill near the German border.
Hey, look, man, it does some things.
I mean, it does a lot of work when you're not fighting tanks. Or planes.
Ah, yes. Nice hill fort, but I have a panzer.
Trying to find a fun CK3 achievement. There's a lot of tedious ones. This one's... I mean, you have to start as the single Habsburg character, right? A perfect circle. Have only two distinct parents, grandparents, and great-grandparents.
Oh my fucking god.
The thing is, as well, that makes it a bit difficult to actually do a Habsburg playthrough, is you start at the start date, you start in Switzerland.
But yeah, because the house originates in Switzerland.
Yeah, they hadn't taken over Austria yet. And the House of Habsburg's one of those families as well that went extinct eternally.
Oh yeah, no, the branch that was ruling at the end of the Austro-Hungarian Empire was the House of Habsburg-Lorraine.
Yeah, it was through the House of Lorraine.
Because like the main branch fucking died off.
I mean, they had two main branches and they both died off. They had the Spanish branch and the Austrian branch. Yeah, that's pretty funny. As a dwarf, win a Varangian adventure war anywhere outside of Europe. Basically, as a Norse dwarf, conquer territory outside of Europe. There are definitely some fun achievements. Beta Israel, starting as a Jewish ruler in East Africa, rule the kingdom. Jesus Christ, game.
Who comes up with these?
I don't know, but I don't know if they're not paid enough or they're paid too much. There's a whole bunch of Iberian ones, which is not great.
Gotta love the Swedish shitposting. Two of the games that I play the most often, like Paradox games and this shit, both made by Swedes.
Swedes are pretty creative, it turns out.
I like how much of a fucking like accident Minecraft was.
Most things are accidents. It's amazing how hard this achievement is. Norman Yoke. Starting as William, conquer England, become English, and have only English vassals.
That shouldn't be hard.
It's hard to convert vassals, culture.
Right, they only do it over time naturally, but like you would have forced them to convert.
The proper way to do it is just to incur a whole bunch of dread, revoke every single title, and don't continue the run. Because you fucked it at that point.
Nah, just go North Korea mode.
You will be facing revolts for the next 50 generations.
Oh, do they continuously, like, do the provinces themselves continuously rebel?
Yes.
Okay, so they found a way. They found
popular revolts.
they found a way around North Korea mode. I see.
It is. Popular revolts are easy to kill.
But they're just numerous.
However, I think if you had the entire country, like, they're easy to kill if it's like a reasonable domain size. I think if it's the entire country, you will lose. And the way that it works is they install a new leader, whoever the revolting leader is, as the king.
Yeah, so like I remember in CK2 the way it would work is it would just have like a domain penalty, but like there was a floor on it, so you couldn't go lower than a certain point. So a bunch of people were just like, oh, why don't we just own everything anyways?
There's a domain penalty as well in CK3 on top of that. But
also, does it also piss you off how domain's spelled?
a little bit, yeah.
Like I get they're trying to be like, you know, medieval, but like, why are we spelling it with French spellings?
Because kings to the 7th generation, surely the House of Capet had more than 7 generations. What is that achievement?
Well, no, because they died out during the 100 Years' War.
I guess technically it was the House of Valois. I mean, it was still a male line of the House of Capet. It was just a junior line.
Any Southwest haters? Well, no, because the House of Valois and Bourbon were cadet branches of the House of Capet.
Yeah, I know, but what I mean is they were still pure male lines. Like, the thing that basically started the 100 Years' War was the disagreement between did France pass through purely male lines, so it went to King Philip VI, or was it male preference primogeniture, so it would have gone to Edward III of England? Which is why, for like 500 years, up until France started killing their kings, the English also claimed to be kings of France.
Yeah, they didn't drop that for a long fucking time after.
No, it was George III that stopped.
Oh, really? Jeez.
I can't believe the 100 Years' War between England and France ripped off Avatar: The Last Airbender.
King of the Earth Kingdom, Kingdom and Emperor.
Avatar: The Last Airbender ripped off the blue people.
Well, ironically, apparently the only reason they gave it the tag The Last Airbender, or whatever it was originally called, the something of Aang, The Legend of Aang, is because Avatar without a tag was already copyrighted by James Cameron at that point.
Nice. The SpongeBob was originally going to be called Sponge Boy, but they had to change it because, like, there was already a line of, like, pencils that were named Sponge Boy, and their legal team was worried about copyright.
I learned a whole bunch about copyright and stuff in my class, and my favorite example is in post-Soviet Russia in like the 90s. A random Russian guy started a coffee chain called Starbucks and used all the American logos and just copyrighted them in Russia. So it took ages for actual Starbucks to be able to set up in Russia because another guy had copyrighted all their symbols and names.
It's kind of funny, actually. We do a moderate amount of trolling.
Something I was reading about recently is like a really fucking confusing mess that copyright laws create in fucking American superhero comics, where like the two big names both have characters called Captain Marvel, but only one of them owns the copyright for like the name, so only one of them is actually allowed to use that name in like promotional official materials.
Bruh.
Copyright law is stupid. Let's all just go to war. Elon Musk's monkey chips versus the Pepsi Navy.
Can't wait until Elon Musk invents the Twitter car.
Oh boy.
What,
I can't wait for my Tesla to be integrated with Twitter. I can tweet while I'm driving.
Does the Twitter car just like tweet out your road rage?
It's
like,
gonna
what you're
use
saying?
blockchain NFTs to tweet out your tweets with like Bitcoin.
What? You just strung words together.
I can't remember what brand it was, but that reminds me of the stories of like new cars locking faster acceleration behind monthly fees.
Yeah, no, that's stupid.
I'm never paying for something like that.
It's not as big of a buzzword now as it was when like Bitcoin first got big around like 10 years ago or so. But at one point there was like a fucking iced tea company that was bragging about using blockchain somehow. I'm gonna put blockchain in my tea.
I'm gonna block your chain.
I wish Fig would chain me to a block in Minecraft.
What?
Alright, we're getting the bat out.
What?
Minecraft and grass block torture.
Yeah, I want to switch to a different album. Yeah. Excuse me, thank you. Hey, I'm on leave now, by the way.
Yo, same.
Until the 11th. We're bumping it
I'm
up to
flexible
5-hour
week.
streams.
Like, I should go to bed soon. I've been up for like 20 hours. No, not
I'm
20.
so glad everyone gets to enjoy the Boxing Day holiday season.
The Boxing
Dude,
Day.
I've worked full time the last week. I am only on an 8-hour contract. Kill me. How much? I feel like I'm being an idiot.
The Splax West. Splax
Yeah,
West Airlines.
Splax asked if there's any Southwest haters, so I said fuck the Splax West.
Ooh, I think I get paid tonight.
Nice. Now throw all the money at Minecraft.
No, I'm gonna be buying a microphone.
Nice. I'm actually thinking of doing the same thing.
I've been meaning to do this for a long ass. It's been 12 years, but we're leaving Headset Gang behind.
Right?
So
Yeah,
I'm not
I feel
sure if
bad
it's-
for anyone who's been fucked over by Southwest.
I'm not sure if it's just me, but I find my blue, like the fairly cheap blue I've got, doesn't actually produce a very good. Like it's clear, but it doesn't necessarily sound just like someone talking. There's definitely some filters and stuff on it, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely want to clear audio. I also just wanted to be consistent too, because like the headset moves, right?
Yeah.
That affects volume and other shit.
I wanted this, like, I was recording part of the first script I've written for my little project, and I just hate everything that comes out of it. Part of it is the fact that I'm not great at commentating, but another part of it, I think, is just the fact that there's a bit of a muffle on the mic. Believe it or not, I do find it difficult to read a script to myself.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not very good at it. Especially when I know there are other people in the house, which there always are. I did realize that I've, like, taken on way too many projects recently.
I know. Like, I'm trying to keep myself, like, not spread too thin.
I have 4 writing projects, not including my university assignments. So I need to cut down. I don't have the time today. I need to get my university assignments out of the way. Do the last 2 that are due soon in the next couple
What'd you
of
send me,
weeks, and then
Specs? Oh no, it was Merc.
panic about
What the
dissertation for 2
Whoa.
hours.
Climate scientists warn that all Super Mario levels will be underwater by 2025.
Hello.
Hello there, cock brother. I have only come in to order you to drink.
Alright, I'm drinking? Okay. Hello, my
Yes.
brother and cock.
Drink more.
Suck my cock.
Cobb, have you met Merc?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I met
Yeah, I
him
was
met the
here
other
when
day.
he came in and yelled fucking curse shit. And now I shall
did.
disappear.
That doesn't narrow it down.
I shall disappear now because my brother
Bye.
and cock, I have a friend over. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Oh no, looking fig. After you left last time, me and Pidge just, like, gaslighted ourselves for 2 hours about the movie 2012.
You guys gaslit yourselves?
Yeah. Oh my god. By that I mean we were both convinced it was that movie, but also not convinced at the same time. We were trying to convince ourselves it was a different movie.
Oh, right, because we were talking about that before I left.
When does San Francisco fall into the water? Tell me, Fig. Tell me. Only in the most blessed of timelines.
One day it will.
And on that day, I hope Florida is gone too. Lake Panzer redeemed hydrate.
Yeah, he's just Lake Panzer.
That's not very efficient. You should get out of the lake if you're in a tank. Right. I do think I'm gonna pop off now.
Okay. Splax, have you ever seen that picture, though,
Goodbye.
of the Panzer of the lake?
I think I have.
They found out where it actually was located. It was in,
That's pretty cool.
It was in northern France. It was when they were trying to encircle everybody in Dunkirk. And it was just one of those rivers that it got fucking stuck in. Hydrate? Okay. Thought you were gone, Merc.
Hydrate these nuts.
Lamau got him. Ah, shit, I'm too close to the stutter line. Damn it!
Damn it.
Damn it!
I think I told you about this, but Adil is working on the new Super Mario Bros. Wii Jumpless Challenge, which actually surprisingly turns out to be pretty interesting and difficult. And he just recently managed to figure out one of the levels he was stuck on, which was one tower. He finished it with one in-game time to spare.
One time.
Yep, one time. It's more interesting than you might think because you can do more shit with 4 players than with 1.
Now that makes sense. There's a lot more you're able to do.
Yeah. Yeah, and for the purposes of this jumpless challenge, he bans jumping and also using motion controls. Because if you allowed the motion controls, then the propeller mushroom could just trivialize everything. It's fucking overpowered.
Ugh, man, I'm tired. I'm gonna decide if I want to like take a nap after this or go work on something. Creepy
Teach an
Lord.
AI to play Minecraft so you can nap while it plays.
Now we're getting somewhere. Neural network learning.
Farlands GPT.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool though, like getting a neural network to walk to the fucking Farlands through like trial and
Yeah.
error. I think that'd be kind of funny, actually. Unfortunately, I don't have the requisite skills to fucking do that.
Yeah. Probably possible, but you would have to come up with like a good definition for a reward function so that it knows what it's supposed to be doing.
Probably the increase of the like player position in terms of its value.
Yeah.
But like, you know, like sure, show me a magic trick, Frozen. Fuck. What'd you send me? I don't know. I got pinged in Cat's Discord. Battle of Geonosis, but only with Lego Star Wars sounds. Hell yeah. I like the sound of that.
Unless you taught the AI about digging, it would just get stuck at like mountains or large hills, and then it would die to a creeper.
Aw, it doesn't work? Damn. L plus ratio. You can't no-clip into the back rooms. What were you trying to do? Yeah, you can't do that without the proper permissions. Trust me, I set this roll up correctly. At least I think that I did. A new feature lets you see it? Really? That's kind of weird that there's a feature that lets you see hidden channels. Splax, you know anything about this?
No.
Oh, really? Wait, where's the menu at? I'm kind of curious, though. Okay, well, I have my phone right next to me.
I'm also curious where this menu is.
Yeah,
I can check on mobile.
Yeah, I would like to know. Alright, well then fucking explain it. Like, all you need to do is just give directions on how to access it. Like, you know, click each button, whatever.
So there's two different versions of mobile. Are you on like iPhone or Android?
It's on the new notifications section. I don't think mine's updated in a bit. I know people are complaining about the font. Alright, it's in the new notifications tab. Is it for you? Oh, that's how you can see it. No, because you can see because you have me as a friend on Discord, that's why. Because you can see that I'm in a voice channel with somebody else. I mean, honestly, I never fucking really look at that screen.
Imagine being friends with Fig on Discord. Couldn't be me.
Splex, you've been friends with me for 9 years, man. And in those 9 years, you've seen me go insane.
It's exactly what Minecraft wants you to think.
So I was looking, speaking of Minecraft, I was looking in the source code when I was modding Beta 173 last night.
Yeah.
And, the main method in the Minecraft class, right? It calls a function, or it calls another method, that the only thing that method does is call another method that starts the main thread.
Why?
I don't know, cause like I was like, oh, okay, let me see where the fucking main method is. So I found the fucking public static void main, and then I look and I see that it's just calling another method. That method calls another method, and that method that one calls is the one that actually fucking like starts everything.
Stupid.
I know. I'm just
There's
like,
no reason to do that.
why don't you just call that method from main? Like this, why? You don't need to jump through like 2 extra hoops. Oh shit. Give me that grass block. I can use that.
Hey, just remember the funny little quirk about Mario 64. You're like never going to notice this in a playthrough, even if you're really looking for it. But okay, so Lethal Loveland, you've got like the 3 little bullies and then the 1 big bully, right?
Yep.
So the big bully's animation timer is also used to keep track of how many of the little bullies you've killed. So the first time you hit the big bully, its knockback animation lasts for 3 frames shorter than it should.
What the fuck? They probably did that to save resources,
Yeah.
so they wouldn't need another fucking timing function.
I know everything.
Splax is a Mario 64 expert.
I am a certified Mario 64 enjoyer, even though I've never actually played the game.
Really? It's a good game. You should play it.
I don't feel like getting fucking Nintendo 64 just to play it, and I'm too lazy to set up an emulator.
Emulators are not hard, man.
They are if you're lazy.
Alright, well, you got me there. Sir, you're being the embodiment of the nerd emoji right now. We need you to chill.
Funny thing about Mario 64 is that Nintendo 64 is actually the slowest platform to play the game on, but it's the one that all the top players use for speedrunning.
Oh yeah, no, I learned about that too, and it's just tradition at this point.
It's mostly tradition, but also, like, lag reduction is an actual skill-based thing. And, like, in every top-level world record speedrun, there are, like, hundreds of little lag reduction optimizations that people do by, like, making sure the camera is pointing a specific way, or, like, Mario is facing a specific way.
Right. Wait, you're able to see the VC?
Pretty weird, champ.
Wait, Frozen, do you see any of the other surrounding text channels? Because there's 2 text channels above it. Right, because you don't have the permission to. Huh, that's interesting. Hang on, I want to do an experiment real quick. Hey, Splax, let's move to the fucking admin channel real quick. fuck, where is it? This one. Alright, Frozen, can you see the channel I'm in now? Because I've swapped and I've updated to a different one. No? That's fucking weird. I wonder why you can't. Oh, hang on. Gotta count here. I don't know, I think you're broken. Wait, did you attempted to join it, right? Huh. It must be still passing some like packets to your client though. That's the only thing I can think of is that like it thinks you've joined, but it also you're in like in a weird state where you're joined and you're not. Otherwise it wouldn't be sending that. Uh Schrodinger's voice call. You're like in the Twilight Zone. I wonder if you can get that to work elsewhere. I kind of want to see how I can get this to work.
Ugh. Penis.
Thank you, Splex. Insightful. When I hit join to try and join, it doesn't give me a joining sound. Did it do that the first time?
I lost Donut November to the Thanksgiving turkey.
Oh, I fucking hate you. I know that copy boss. I fucking hate you.
It's afternoon of November. Is it Double Dick December?
No. December. That's a new one. I actually haven't heard that before. I think the dumbest one I've heard is Fibonacci Fat February.
Oh my god.
This is just the fucking Fibonacci sequence. It seems easy to replicate if you know what to do. I want to fuck around with this and see if I can.
Jiggly Jam January.
Yeah, no, the Frozen's right on that one. That's what it's called. Man, this county channel's reviving the fucking Discord.
I love how it took the two of us an hour to figure out this stupid bot.
Yeah, we could have saved so much time by reading the instructions.
Hey, to be fair, the instructions did not say you had to use it in the fucking channel.
Well, no, it does if you read it literally.
Look, man, I can only read at like a 3rd grade level. That's not my fault.
You're smarter than I am. What do you mean?
I'm not smarter than a 5th grader, though.
Ah, Frozen, you fucked up there. Now you've got the roll L plus ratio.
I have a deep and burning hatred for the moon. Every time I see that pale, lifeless rock hanging in the life sky, it fills me with disgust.
What the fuck?
The thought of it floating around up there, taunting us with its cold, lifeless presence makes me want to scream! The worst part is the way that the moon is worshipped by some people. It's seen as this mystical, divine object, when in reality it's just a big chunk of rock floating in space. And don't even get me started on that lunar cycle nonsense. Just a bunch of superstition and mumbo-jumbo. And even beyond the absurdity of moon worship, there's just something about the moon that I can't stand. The way it glows in the dark, the way it reflects the light of the sun, the way it controls the tides. It's just so annoying! I'd rather stare at a blank wall than look at the moon. In short, the moon is the bane of my existence. I despise it with every fiber of my being, and I will never understand why anyone would find it beautiful or interesting. It's a waste of space, a blot on the sky, and an affront to the natural order of things, and I will never ever look at it again.
Sometimes I wonder if these copy pastas are like ironic or somebody just genuinely hates the moon that much.
Gladius for home defense, since that's what the founders of Rome intended.
Gladius for home defense. These copy pastas are getting out of hand.
This one's funny.
What the fuck? I wonder if I can do that on a desktop. Might give it a whirl and see if it works.
Are you up for some singing, Fig?
Not particularly.
Look at this.
Oh my god. I'm singing this in my head with the
Yeah.
Rudolph the reindeer. I'll have to see if I can try it on desktop. I gotta find a server I can do this in. Oh, I thought you said you ordered your computer. What the hell's he doing? I'm diverting too far this way.
Alright, I'm gonna send this to you and you can look at it later or something. This is the most cursed thing I've ever seen.
Oh no. When you send me something like that, it can only be one thing.
It's not even something that you can, like, read
Yeah,
about on
no,
screen.
that's I don't like the title of the fucking link that you sent me though. I'm gonna pretend that I didn't read that.
You just gotta, like, look at it once and then bleach your eyes.
That's a lot of Kanye. shit, filter's still on. Ugh, fuck.
Ah, yes. I remember when we defeated Donald Trump by putting him inside of a giant peach.
Dude, he's doing it again. He's in Peach.
Oh my god. Harry Potter quotes, but the word wand is replaced with penis.
Oh no. I think you've sent me that before.
Yeah, I'll DM it to you.
Average Reddit. Oh shit. Watch those sheep just fucking explode.
How can I convince my classmates that I am not a creep? God.
Oh shit, I am stuck.
Nice stuttering, bitch.
I haven't contacted the ground yet. I think I'm just stuck in the air.
Alright, ban evading spam men has been yoded.
I thought about like just saying some parting words, but like I have nothing else to say.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it was broadcasting only to me and you, or if it was broadcasting to the rest of the chat.
It was
So-
only broadcasting to the moderators.
Well,
I guess because it's like a brand new.
I had to check the stream preview, because if it does broadcast there, then it would show up through Stream Elements as tab.
I guess because it's like a brand new account, Twitch detected as like a likely ban evader. And
Well,
so
no,
it
it
was
probably detected. No, it detects the address.
Oh, the
is what it
address.
does.
Yeah, that would make sense.
We've had that problem before with Vita. Whenever Vita likes to make like random ass spam accounts to mess with us, and then Arcade bans them.
Oh, because
and then-
Vita's been banned before as a joke.
No, because the spam account that Vita makes gets banned, and then we have to like we have to like fuck around and like fix it, because Vita just
yeah.
gets locked out of their account. It would help if Vita just didn't do that, but you know what?
Yeah.
They do it to themselves.
I didn't even realize I had this yeet emoji. Apparently, it's from Ant Venom's server.
Oh, wait, you're an Venom server?
I never look at it, but yeah.
Yeah, it's probably at the bottom of the list. Favorite thing about Nitro is that I get infinite emojis.
The TikTok song that goes "Oh no" over and over again has ruined my fucking life.
It's... what the fuck?
Yeah, my life would be ruined too if I used TikTok.
There's a reason I don't use TikTok. Oh shit, we're almost at the end.
I hate pineapples and I'm tired of pretending I don't.
Dude, pineapples are fucking delicious.
Pineapples are just waiting for an opportunity to attack.
What the fuck?
You ever just put pizza on your pineapple?
I think you need to be sent to the gulags, Plex. Ugh, God damn it. Alright, we are done. Alright, I think we're just gonna go straight off of this. Alright, well that is it. I'm done walking. And as always... Actually... yeah.
Minecraft, one of a kind.
True. Is anybody I know streaming? Let me check the old Twitch front page. Just Pidge. Actually, I'll already Pidge.
Here, yell at Arkwright to stream so you can go raid him.